Hey, what is going on, all my fellow geeks, geekettes, nerds, comic book readers, video game players, and action figure collectors all around the world? This is the Proud Nerd, and I am back. I'm not necessarily doing an action figure review, but more like an action figure comparison. And we will be comparing the legit Black Series Boba Fett to the cheap knockoff Boba Fett. And I love how I got Boba Fett just standing on him with his gun pointing at him like, only I can be the real Black Series Boba Fett. It's just so epic. Alright, let's get Boba off the cheap knockoff. Now, there are very minor differences between these two figures, but they are really noticeable. Come on, Boba, stand. Thank you. Now, this knockoff, man, at the time, I thought it was good. And in all fairness, it still kind of is. It's an okay figure. You know, if his limb didn't come straight off, it would make a decent Black Series figure. Alright, let's get into the comparisons. First off, their helmets. I don't know, they look the same. But one huge difference is on the legit figure, that's painted silver. On the knockoff, it is not. And the cape is different too. On the real Boba, it's kind of darker, and the stripe, sorry guys, gotta get the camera to focus, there we go. On the real Boba, it's a much lighter color, and the stripe, whoa, is an orange-ish color. Whereas on the knockoff, come on Boba, thank you. Whereas on the knockoff figure, it's a much lighter color, and the stripe is red. And also, you can see on the legit figure here, get the camera to focus, Boba Butt, that these belt buckles are painted silver. On the knockoff, they are not. Yeah. Let's look at the jetpacks. The jetpacks, for the most part, are kind of the same. I don't know. Yeah, the jetpacks are pretty much the same. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if this is the actual Black Series jetpack. Oh wait, no, this one is a little bit brighter. Just a tiny bit brighter, but not by much. But for all intents and purposes, they're pretty much the same. Now, let's look at the weapons. And if you guys can hear that crunching, that's Bella. She's munching on her food. I apologize. Now, on the real Boba Fett, you can see that this was done professionally. And it's really nice, beautiful. And this one, you can tell that it's just not as good. And there's that ugly injection thing, I don't know. It's nowhere near as nicely as detailed, if you guys can pick that up. Or if the camera will pick it up. Oh! And on the real Boba Fett gun, it's a lighter brown. This is a darker brown. Yeah. I just noticed that myself. Huh. Wow. And their pistols. Come on, Boba, surrender it. Just like Django, I have a hard time getting him to stand. Again, this is a darker brown. This is a lighter brown. I can definitely see the difference in the disintegrator pistols. Yeah, and there's that ugly injection mark again. Whereas on the real one, there isn't. It looks spotless and flawless. Yeah, so even though the knockoff is a little hard to tell from the real one, you can spot it. And on the peg holes on the bottom of his feet, you got Hasbro, made in China, Lucasfilm Limited. Let's look at the knockoff and see what's on there. Huh, just made in China. No Hasbro, no Lucasfilm, nothing. Let's look at their bodies. The texturing is much, much nicer on the legit figure. It's got much better texturing on his shoulder pads. Oh my gosh, the gun holster even looks better. Yeah, that gun holster looks way better. Here's the back of the figures. And the gauntlets look identical, but they're not the same. Yeah, I noticed that with this figure, the wire, man, they did a good job with that. With the knockoff figure, it's more kind of rubbery. I don't know. Doesn't that look kind of weird? And when he has his arms straight, it's just bent like that all the time. But on the real Boba Fett, it's a much smoother transition. And when he has his arms straight, the wire isn't all bunched up. Yeah, huge difference there. And the coloring is much better on the legit figure. Much better. And even the Wookiee braids are pretty much the same. And not much difference in their legs. That feels more rubbery right there, though. Whereas this is rubbery, but it feels more solid. It's a lot more solid. Oh, and there's difference in the articulation, obviously. Yep. This is the real Boba Fett. No doubt about it. Let's look at his other gauntlet and compare them. It's a tough call. Again, it's pretty much the same. Yeah, so my advice to other collectors... Oh, wait, silly me. I got one more thing to show to you guys. And it's probably one of the most important parts, how to spot a fake Boba Fett. The box. Now, up here on the box, it's a much nicer color. And I would compare the Bootleg's box, but I threw it away. And just looking at the back of the box, you can tell how bright that is. Go look on online. The Bootleg's box is really dark. You can barely even make out that picture of Boba Fett. And it's the same tone and coloring as Darth Vader's box. yeah, this is the real legit Boba Fett. So, my advice to fellow collectors out there, and if you are a hardcore Black Series collector like me, and you want to get Boba Fett, but you can't find him anywhere, just be patient, you know? Sorry guys, I'm trying to get his gun in his hand. It's not always the easiest. I know I can do it. I've been doing it all day. Yes, I have been playing with my Boba Fett all day long. You better believe it. Me, a Star Wars fan, and I have the 6-inch Boba Fett figure and not play with him? That's not a world I want to live in. Not me. That dang trigger finger. It's... Ugh. The trigger finger is a biatch to try to get in the trigger hole. But once you get it in there, it looks damn good. And I've been getting him into some really good poses with his gun. See? Look at that. So yeah, my advice to Black Series collectors that want to get Boba Fett, just wait it out. You know, if you wait long enough, I'm sure you will find a real Boba Fett. Please, I am begging you, do not pay for the knockoff. Do not. Oh yeah, there's another difference on here. See that little speckle right there on Boba Fett's helmet? How that's painted? On the knockoffs, it's not. So yes, please do not, I repeat, do not buy the knockoff figure. It's not worth the money. It's not worth the effort because his freaking limbs fall off. I've been playing with this Boba Fett all day, and what a shocker. He's sturdy. He's doing all the things an action figure is supposed to do. Oops. Yeah, the knockoffs, his arm just snapped right off when all I was doing was just readjusting his arm. And all I was doing with this wrist was just trying to articulate it, and it snapped right off. So I had to super glue the bitch back on there. Ah, never again. Never again with a bootleg. Piece of crap. But you, oh, you are one of my most prized possessions now. I know you guys probably heard that. Oh, he looks so badass next to Darth. Look at that. Oh, yes. And we gotta bring in his daddy, Django. Oh, bro, that looks sick. Oh, my goodness. Yes, yes, I love it. Oh, thank you so much, Swing Pro 71, aka Frank. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, I'm so happy that I have a real legit Boba Fett figure in my collection. Yep, Hasbro Lucasfilm, right on the bottom of Darth Vader's foot. Just like on Boba's. It's legit. This figure is legit, man. I'd have to say Darth Vader is my all-time favorite Black Series figure, but Boba easily right next to him, and so is Jango. Oh, and before I end the video, I'm sure you guys saw my unboxing video from earlier today, and I noticed something. I was just watching Plastic Addict, and if you guys don't know who Plastic Addict is, I highly recommend you go watch him. He is crazy and funny. But the Falcon figure I got, it's not just with mine, it's with all Falcon figures, but this dude legitimately reminds me of Plastic Addict because of the facial hair and the glasses. It reminds me of Plastic Addict. And that's a good thing. You know, I'm a huge fan of Plastic Addict. He's one of my homeboys. He's a member of the Syndicate, you know? That's a name for us toy collectors and hunters. We call ourselves the Syndicate. Yeah. So having a figure that reminds me of Plastic Addict is a very good thing. Yeah, that's cool, man. I am very, very happy. Alright guys, I really hope you enjoyed my comparison video between the real Boba Fett figure and the piece of crap knockoff. So yes, please do not waste your money on a bootleg. I'm gonna quote Plastic Addict here. Be patient with yourself and be patient with your collection, and your patience will pay off. And mine did. I waited so freaking long to get my hands on a Boba Fett. Hell, I waited maybe a year, maybe 2 years straight before I ever got my hands on Darth Vader here. He came out, when, 2014, I think? I didn't get him till early 2016. So yeah, I waited a hell of a long time to get my hands on this guy, but he was worth the wait, and so was Boba, and so was Jango. So please, do not pay for the knockoff Boba Fett. You will regret it. I hate the knockoff figure. It's nowhere near as good as the real Boba, and it's just not worth the money or the time. It's just not. Alright guys, I really hope you liked the video. I hope I was able to help you out with your collecting. And yeah, if you liked the video, please leave a like or a comment down below. Subscribe if you feel inclined. And yeah, if you want to chat with Frank and try to get your hands on some pretty good figures for good prices, SwingPro71's Instagram name will be in the description down below. And come check out Posing Action Figures on Facebook. We're always taking awesome pictures of our figures, man. Yeah. I guess that is all. Yeah, again, I really hope I was able to help you guys with your collecting. And I gotta say it one more time because I cannot say it enough. Do not pay for a bootleg. They are not worth it. Be patient, and the right seller will come along, and you will be able to get the right figure for a good price. Alright guys, this is the Proud Nerd signing out, and I'm saying to all my fellow nerds and collectors out there to stay nerdy. Peace. You may take Captain Solo to Jabba the Hutt after I have Skywalker. He's no good to me, Dad. He will not be permanently damaged. What if he doesn't survive? He's worth a lot to me. The Empire will compensate you if he dies.